So last night I went and watched the absolutely fantastic Saltburn. This is a kind of fringe movie, really. It's not going to make huge amounts of money, I don't think. It's directed by Emerald Fennell, who is an actress and obviously director, and she's also producer, I believe, in this. And it stars the phenomenal Barry Keoghan, or Keoghan, I think it is. Keoghan? Keegan's the English pronunciation, but Keoghan is, I think, they're Irish, something like that. The last time we saw him was in the Banshees of Hiroshima, and he was brilliant in that. He was actually nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He played this sort of broken, almost disabled young boy who had been sexually abused by his father, and he was only in it for a couple of minutes, probably 10, 15, but he was damn good. He stole the show as far as, well, every time he was on the screen, you kind of stared at him because he's just, his physical nature, his face is just weird. Sorry, mate. It's a really lovely face, but it is a very strange looking face. So you kind of like want to see more of it. So anyway, back to the actual movie I'm talking about. So Saltburn is kind of a dark gothic version of the talented Mr. Ripley. We have a character called, I've been looking over here, Oliver Quick, that's right, who is a new student at Oxford University. He doesn't really fit in because he's quite a socially awkward. And another guy who's played, what's his name? Jacob Elroy as Felix. Jacob Elroy, I think, played Elvis in the biopic Priscilla, I think. Really, really attractive guy compared to Oliver. Um, and that's the whole sort of dynamic in this. You have this very rich guy, Felix, who his family is just rich, so rich. You got Richard E. Grant as his dad. He's this aloof, mad-looking character, really funny in this. But yeah, like I say, Felix is a very rich guy, and Oliver sort of latches onto him because, well, he's not rich, and Felix takes him under his wing. There's this weird sort of power play dynamic between Felix, who has everything you can imagine, and Oliver, who doesn't. So Oliver goes and stays with his family for, I think it mentioned 6 months, and a whole bunch of shit happens. As I mentioned, this is a very gothic movie. It's also quite disturbing and also very, very funny. It's a weird combination. I mean, it is disturbing. Some of the stuff that you see in this is crazy. One of the scenes you see Oliver stripping off completely naked and then humping the soil. Felix, for example, jacks off in a bath, and then Oliver gets into said bath and sort of licks up the water. It's really disturbing. It's fucked up. But it's really, really mesmerizing. Absolutely phenomenal. And as I said, it's gothic. It's a very gothic movie. And the director, Emerald Fennell, she does a great job of making it feel very gothic. There's a lot of shots at night with sort of mist coming downstairs, and you have an image of Oliver standing at the top of a staircase kind of thing, or outside the top of a stair well. And yeah, really, really gothically shot, beautiful. As I mentioned, it is very, very funny. And I think the audience got discombobulated a little bit because there are moments where you're like, God, that is hysterical. You're laughing your head off. And then the next moment, as I mentioned, you got a character dry humping soil. And I think people laughed in some of those moments because they felt very uncomfortable. And that's what this movie does really, really well. It makes you feel quite uncomfortable. You're constantly on edge because you're not quite sure where Oliver's coming from. Is he really as downtrodden as he believes? Or sorry, he allows people to believe he is? Obviously, I'm not going to tell you. Watch the movie. But it is really fantastic. I'm really quite surprised by this. I gave it 8 out of 10 last night in my very quick review, but I would just up this to a 9 out of 10 because I keep thinking about it. It's a movie that will stay with you for at least a day or two while you think about what's actually taken place. And I loved the exploration of the power dynamics of having a family where your dad's a sir and, you know, living in a castle, and you've got this Oliver guy walking in there sort of like, oh my God, this is my room. It's a king's suite. Actually, no, that was Felix's room. But it's really, really interesting. It's got a lot of layers to this. So I'd actually probably watch it again. I think I might watch it with my wife. So yeah, go and watch it. Barry is phenomenal. Can't keep saying this. I think we're going to see a lot more of this guy in the future. And quite frankly, I think the best actor Oscar is not too far from him. So yeah, brilliant movie. Go and check it out. It's called Saltburn.